Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Stock. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Today I would like to talk to you about, well, the entire stock market this time. We had a lot of red today. What am I going to do about it? Well, my portfolio was down. I think I took about a 3.5% hit to my portfolio, but that was after a huge run over the past 2 weeks. Overall, over the past 2 weeks' time, I'm still up a fair bit of money. Today really took away some of those gains. I believe it to be temporary. I still think overall we're going to return back to those safe harbors and see those green days again. I don't think it's in the too distant future, but Biden's plan didn't really go off as smoothly as we had wanted. Today being such a red day, I had some cash on the side and I decided to make a shopping trip out of it. So stick around. I'll tell you all about it when you get back. For now, let's get ready to rock. All right, welcome back. I gotta tell you guys, my Patreon, it's less than 2 days old. We already have nearly 60 members in there. The conversations are really heating up. It's really awesome to see people go out and find stocks to talk about the ones that are hot, talk about the ones that need to be moving. We have everybody's favorite penny stocks over there that people are talking about. We have EV stocks, clean energy stocks, growth stocks, dividend stocks. People are talking about it all. Having a community of people can help to build a wealth of knowledge over what stocks we should be paying attention to and which ones really deserve our time and our research and our due diligence to really even bother spending even a dime on any one of those stocks. So come on over to the Patreon, be part of the community that we're building. It's a really nice atmosphere so far. It's a really nice atmosphere. I think that you'll enjoy it, and I would love to have you contribute to everything that we have going on. So if you want to join us, down in the description is the link to my Patreon. Sign up, join us at the Discord, and we can talk stocks anytime, any day of the week. Down in the description, find that link. Last thing, I'd like you to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell so you can see every time my videos come out. Hit the like button, share it with your friends. Now let's get on to the stocks. All right, so those markets today, I will show you when we get to Webull what the markets look like. It's red all over the place, very little green across any of the indices that you have all around the entire world. So if you saw a red day today, it might be a time to be cautious. Honestly, I went shopping and hopefully you did too, but it doesn't mean that you have to necessarily be alarmed in the immediate sense. When you look at that red, you can look at it as buying opportunities that you wouldn't otherwise have. And that's what I have for you with the stocks that I have to share with you today. I would like to focus on the EVs because the EVs have been hot lately. They've been moving up and not really offering us too many buying opportunities. I think really with today's red day, we started getting those opportunities come in. So President-elect Joe Biden's $1.9 trillion relief plan came out, and it wasn't received too well, at least on the investing side. I think it does wonderful things as far as getting money out to the people who need it. I know that there's families who are struggling, who have suffered through unemployment, who have suffered through sickness, and this money would really help ease some of their worries and help bring some comfort and some of those necessities to their family. For that reason, I really want this to go through. I think that there should be able to be a lot more money going to those families who are in need, whoever it is, whoever needs it. Also getting the vaccines out, spending whatever money we can in order to get the vaccines out as fast as possible because it would save precious lives. Those are things that I can also get on board with. Talking about this financially, the financial implications of helping out all of those families with such a big bill that's being proposed and the vaccine efforts to get the vaccine distributed, it just takes a lot of money, and people worried about tax hike issues and also worried that Biden might not get Congress's support in putting this aid bill through. So if the market has been priced up, assuming that there was going to be another stimulus, that was something that I assumed, another stimulus, we would feel some of that upward pressure. We would have the stock market go up and the other stocks go with it. Instead, this was a little bit too big. We started worrying about the potential tax increases, and instead the markets came down. A lot of stocks came down with it. So when you look at your portfolio and you see lots of red across all different sectors and across all different stocks, that's usually a sign that the market's down. It doesn't not mean that it's a time to be alarmed. Let's go over to the screen share. All right, so the first thing that I want you to see is how the markets look across the globe. We have three, I believe that these all come out of China, three indices that were actually up today, and all the rest of the world just, got the big hurt laid down on them with all that red that we see. So, but unless you're a short seller, you really felt the pain of this. For me, I always take long positions that I always want the stock to go up in price because I like to choose fundamentally good companies, and we just didn't have that in the market today. So what did I do about it? I took advantage of some of the companies that I felt had really good fundamental outlooks or showed a lot of potential and promise, but just moved so quickly upward that I didn't get a chance to find another good buying point until today. So let's take a look at those stocks. All right, so here we're looking at the daily chart for NIO, and you can see that nice red day wiping out all that green bar that we had before. It looked like we were almost ready to break resistance, and instead we had a down day, and then finally this last down day with the entire market being down. We closed at $32.60. So we're sitting right at support. I wouldn't say that that's a bad place. So since we have that support level, we can look at that as a possible buying opportunity if it's a stock that you're interested in, if that's what your research says for you to do. If this turns out to be a buying place for you, then you might get this at a discount rate. We'll take a look at the 30-minute just to see intraday a little bit, and you can see from the market, from the time that it opened, we had a slight green bar, and then the market was just down, 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 and then it closed. And then we had this low point here at 32.35, and you can see in the aftermarket that we might have it come back up a little bit again. If we put the Bollinger Bands on it, you can see we're well below the moving average, but we're within 2 standard deviations. So we had this oversold period back here, and then it comes back inside this yellow band showing us these more usual, even if they're lower prices that we have because they're moving back towards the mean. So we might see a little bit less volatility coming into these after hours, maybe even into the market when it opens up in the pre-market on Monday. So as far as possible buying point, we don't really know where this is going to bottom out. So one thing you could do is dollar cost average down. So since it's already sitting at support, if you wanted to take a position, then you could buy a couple shares at this value at about $32-ish, maybe just a little bit above. The next area of resistance before that is 26, and that would be way down from where we're currently at. I don't know that we'll see that price, but if this did continue down and you thought that it was going to continue to go upwards, based on this bullish behavior that we have, even if we put the EMA on it, it still is moving upward. This is probably the riskiest of the 3 Chinese EV stocks that I'm putting out there today, but it still gave us a cheaper entry point than what we have seen in the past few days. If we move on to Xpeng, if you watch my other videos, you know that these are similar. We have this double top resistance here at $54.73. This stock price, I think, is going to be reluctant to break that unless we get some really good news coming out of Xpeng in the future. Until then, you can see it didn't take it as badly. It didn't entirely wipe out this green bar that we had back here on the 12th. It did recover a little bit from that before it closed. This one closed 5% down, about 5% down from where it was at to start the day. And again, if we do the Bollinger Bands on this, you can see it had kind of an escalated price here. Unusual values because they're outside the 2 standard deviations away from the mean, and that could be another reason why we're seeing that double top with such hard resistance there. It's kind of like a tabletop, nice and stable resistance right there. We are coming back down towards the mean. One other way to look at this is with the moving average, and you can see we fell down below. This is the 5-period moving average that we have. So we fell down below that. So now this is acting as an area of resistance, and we want to watch it cross back over into an area of support. Finally, NIO. I did not expect NIO to drop below $60, and then it did drop below $60, but it did it on a day when the entire market just got crushed. So this is where I went shopping. My position in NIO is already overweight in my portfolio, but with this sort of what I felt was a bargain price, I couldn't resist being down 7.5%. If this goes up 7.5%, then I just made 7.5% of my money that I just took on my brand new position, and I got it at a discounted rate. There's nothing that's changed about the estimates that are being put out there for NIO reaching $90 to $100 by the end of 2021. So I just got in 7.5% cheaper than if I got it from where it was at to start the day. So let me wrap this up. The entire market was down today, and as a result, the Chinese EV stocks were on sale. Li, I feel comfortable with my position. Xpeng, I'm comfortable with my position there as well. NIO, because I see them the leader out of the three Chinese EV stocks, I decided to increase my position there. I felt like it was a really good sale day with it being a red day for NIO, so I nibbled a few more shares, added it to my portfolio, and I think this will rebound to 60 really quickly, which means that I got a free 7.5% in my mind. As the market rebounds, that price will rebound. So if you're looking for an entry point and you're watching this video in the after hours, if you feel like nibbling, it's a red day. It means that if you did end up purchasing these shares, you would get them at a sale price from what they would be at on a day where they'd be green instead. So to be clear, I'm not advising you to make that purchase, but I would like you to consider when a good time to purchase would be. So the flash sale on Chinese EVs, that's what I have for you today. If you would like to continue to talk stocks, come over and join the Patreon. The link's down in the description. The community is growing. We're 60 strong, about 60 strong so far, and it's only been out for 2 days. This thing is going to grow very quickly, and the amount of people that we have talking about the different stocks, the things that they're interested in, you can also find out if you have those interests, or you can bring in the information that you have to offer into that channel, grow our information, grow our knowledge base, and really just help each other work towards that level of financial freedom that I know that we're all capable of. The link's down in the description for the Patreon. I hope to see you there. If you haven't already, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can see when my videos come out. Hit the like button, share it with your friends. Thanks for rocking with me. I'm Dr. Stock. Now go get that money.